That man behind the string of barn arsons is now convicted in 2 of the 4 counties where he allegedly started fires. There's still one arson that has never been prosecuted.
Yeah, and tonight our team is on it looking into why that is. Investigative reporter Carly Luca joins us now in the newsroom. Carly, you sat down with the person still awaiting her day in court.
Yeah, Josh, I did. There were at least a dozen barns burned down from April to September of 2021, but only one of those arsons happened here in St. Joseph County. Over 2 years after their barn was burned to the ground, the family is asking why charges have still not been filed in their case.
My quest for justice.
On May 3rd, 2021, the barn where Debbie Schmidt's family made decades of memories was leveled by a fire.
I dropped to my knees, I couldn't even believe it.
It happened the same night as a fire just down the road, but across county lines.
This was burnt the same day Gary Eby's barn was burnt. It has never been recognized as part of the arsons.
The blaze that destroyed a barn at Gary Eby's property that night was one of 8 arsons that have already been prosecuted in Elkhart County. Joseph Hirschberger was sentenced to 50 years in prison, with accomplice Sherry Thomas receiving home detention. That makes it all the more frustrating for Debbie that her case has not been taken to court.
I would like some justice. I would like to prosecute. I would like charges filed, and we know it's the same 2 people.
In the 2.5 years since her family's barn was destroyed, Debbie has been trying to heal.
I walk out here daily and, talk to my dad. So it's clearly emotional for me.
But without any charges filed, she's having a hard time getting closure.
I just feel like we were forgotten. And where is St. Joe County in this? Elkhart County's prosecuting.
Debbie and her husband have since rebuilt the barn themselves. But with no one held criminally responsible for the fire, her family had no financial help from those accused of causing it.
If something comes up that I ever want to try to get restitution, I could never get restitution. It's like it doesn't exist.
For Debbie, it feels like a punishment.
You can see what was done, yet it's silenced. And my husband and I are serving the sentence.
And it hurts to still not know the motive behind the fires.
What was their purpose? I don't even know the purpose and what their reasonings were.
That's why Debbie says she's been calling the St. Joseph County Prosecutor's Office, asking for them to prosecute Joseph Hirschberger and Sherry Thomas.
I'm not giving up, but I am fighting and standing up for my family.
Though she says she hasn't even gotten a return phone call from the prosecutor's office, she imagines how it would feel to have her day in court.
A big load off my shoulders, and know that someone else is taking over my sentence.
But until then, she continues picking up the pieces. And after her family memories went up in flames, she was still able to find hope. Or is it a sign?
There was nothing that survived, and some gentleman walked up and he bent over and he picked something up and he goes, "What is this?" And it was my dad's Bible. It was a Bible that his mom had given him before he went to war. Everything was drenched, everything was wet, and he was able to pick these right up out of the rubbish, and there they were.
During these difficult times, she's hanging on tight to that meaningful memento from her dad, as well as his values.
I have to take my dad's words of wisdom with me, and because he was probably the most forgiving person, and he would have just said, "So be it," forgave them, and just went away. But he also taught me to stand up, too, for what I believe.
Now, as of today, arson charges have still not been filed against Joseph Hirschberger or Sherry Thomas in St. Joseph County. I asked the St. Joseph County Prosecutor's Office if someone could sit down with me and explain why, but they declined an interview. They tell me the deputy prosecuting attorney who has this case is getting ready to make a charging decision, so it would not be appropriate for them to comment at this time.
Stay on it. Carly Luca reporting from the newsroom. Carly, thank you.